Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a mini makeup class because I wanted you guys to see a full tutorial, and I actually wanted to be able to teach this time and kind of show you guys the things that I do, because I think sometimes when you do tutorials, like, they're so short and you have to speed up a lot of the information, so you end up missing a whole lot. So today is going to be a makeup class featuring the Iman Lip Palette Affair, which I was sent over here, okay? So first we're going to start with Painterly. Now, I want to say this. You're going to apply it all over your lid and all the way up to your brow bone. First thing I'm going to say, when I was having my makeup class, one of my clients who came told me that she went to the MAC store once and she wanted to buy Painterly, and the lady told her she was too dark. Like, pretty much you're too dark for that. Like, it's not going to look right on you. And I was like, excuse me? Just for that, go ahead and put it on right now. So that's the paint pot she used for the course. And I was like, you see, it's not, let me tell you something. There is no skin color restriction on paint pots, okay? You can buy whatever color paint pot you want to, no matter what your skin color is. The only thing is, you have to know what you're trying to achieve. So if you want your color to come out brighter, you'll use like a lighter paint pot. If you want your color to be a little bit darker, you'll use a darker paint pot, like Groundwork, for example. Does that make sense? So what you're going to do here, like you see, I've applied the paint pot all over my lid, like all over my eye area, because sometimes also I think people think that the paint pots, you're only supposed to use the paint pot for your lid, which is absolutely not true. You can also use the paint pot all over your eye area, and you can also use the paint pot to highlight under your brow bone. Now the thing is, if you're using something very pale like this one right here, you're of course going to have to put a brow color, or a brow highlight color and everything else like that. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm applying the paint pot all over my eye area. All right, then I'm gonna take this other, it's not really a paint pot, it's more of those new pots that came out by NARS. It's a very bright color. I think the number is 17 on this one, but it's very bright. And if you know my tutorials, you know that I'm very partial to really bright colors. If you're new to my channel, I'm very partial to bright colors. And if you're dark skinned, see, one thing I've noticed with dark skinned women, we're very afraid of neon colors, of blues and bright blues and teals and things like that. And this tutorial is going to show you that you should never be afraid of color. Like, once again, there is no restriction on color when it comes to your skin color. You can buy whatever you want to buy. The thing is, what are you trying to do? That's the only question, okay? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to apply a lot of it on my lid, and then I'm going to diffuse the color by just pulling on the color. So this one, compared to a paint pot, like a regular MAC paint pot, it's a bit more liquid. It's more of a fluid paste, okay? So you can actually play with it a whole lot. So what I'm doing is I'm actually pulling on it. So I'm blending not across like windshield motion, but I'm pulling it, like going up and pulling it, coming towards the nose area and pulling it, all right? And once you're done diffusing it, like, you have to keep diffusing it. Once you're done diffusing it, you're gonna take a blending brush and just blend that into your crease. You keep blending it until it hurts. Yes, okay? Like, blend your life away. That's how I like to refer it. You keep blending it. And the thing is, the reason why you want to blend your makeup a whole lot, and even though, because I'm sure if somebody had put this on before, they would have stopped, like, just put it on the lid and then start doing all the eye makeup around it, right? You see, that's how you have the harsh lines. Blend it. Don't be afraid to blend. Go up and keep blending. You're not done yet. And that's the thing you have to remember with makeup. Until you put on your eyeliner, until you put on your lashes, until you tight line and put on your mascara, you have no idea whether what you're doing is ugly or not. So just keep believing in yourself and just keep doing it, all right? So this part right here, what I've done is I've taken Brown Script by MAC and I'm going into those crease, all right? And what I'm doing here now is, like, I'm trying to define the orbit of my eye. And what I mean by the orbit of my eye is, like, you want to contour your eye with that crease color in a way that it makes your eye look three-dimensional. We want to make the lid appear three-dimensional. And a quick way to think about what I'm saying here when I'm talking about making your lid look three-dimensional is think about RuPaul. Think about RuPaul's makeup. His lid is very well defined, his crease is well defined, and that brow bone just sticks out and is super, super gorgeous, all right? So on top of this teal color, I'm going to place Fire Glow, which is a beautiful limited color edition color by Laura Mercier. It is a fiery color. It's just gold, but at the same time orange. It's so pretty. And I'm applying quite an intense amount on the lid. And once again, I'm pulling on the color. And pulling means you don't go windshield motion. It means you pull on the color. Like you pull up, pull up, pull up, pull across near the corners of your eye, okay? And that's something I'm getting from the Tom Ford collection. If you've looked at any of the ads for Tom Ford, his makeup collection, you see that they take the beautiful shimmery color or the glitter color, they take it all the way from the lid and take it all the way up the brow bone, and it's so beautiful. And at first, when you think about it, you think like, oh, maybe it's gonna take, like it's gonna just take away from all the work I've done with the cut crease, and actually it's not. It makes everything very beautiful and very dimensional. Now, when you take your eyeliner, right now I'm using the Lava Gloss by Too Faced. This one is gorgeous, gorgeous, okay? I'm going to tight line. And tight lining is this, is when you pull on your lid and you really want to focus on applying that color in between your lashes, okay? So whether you wear fake lashes or not, tight lining is a great technique that you want to apply every day anytime you plan on wearing mascara, because filling in between your lashes is going to give you volume, like va-va-voom, okay? And that will make any mascara look magnificent, okay? It's gonna like, I want to say about like triple the volume effect of your mascara. All right, okay, good. Now I'm going back, and see these small brushes that I'm using, especially the ones that have the red stem, are all from Michaels in the art sections, and these are really what I call precision tools. They're very, very defined brushes, and they really allow you to intensely, let me repeat this, they allow you to intensely apply the makeup within specific area and within specific limits, okay? A taper brush can't do that for you. A blending brush cannot do that for you. These small brushes can definitely do that for you. And if you look carefully, you'll see that the color is deposited inside the orbit of the eye. That is also how you help make your eye look three-dimensional, or your lid appear three-dimensional, okay? And once you've deposited enough color within the orbit of the eye, that's like if you were to, the orbit of the eye, you can actually place the brush and just kind of like pull it in there so that it seems like your eye is kind of poking out, to see what I'm talking about. Once you're done doing that, then you can take a pencil brush like this is by Sedona Lace, and then you can also once again diffuse the color by pulling it up towards the brow bone. Okay, never be afraid to pull color towards the brow bone because you're not done yet. Okay, you have to, when you do your eye makeup, you want to focus on, okay, first let me get it on the lid, and let me get it on, let me do the crease, and let me blend, and let me blend, and let me blend. And then once you're done and you're content with what you've done on your lid, then you can worry about redoing your brow bone and getting it all pretty and all the ombre and all that kind of stuff that goes with it. That makes sense? Okay. I know I'm talking a lot, which is probably going to make it really hard for you guys to follow this tutorial, but you'll understand what I'm saying, because these are probably things that you've encountered when you're doing your makeup and you're wondering like, well, how come mine doesn't look like that? Because you're not done yet. Okay, you have to keep blending. And so here again, you can see me, I'm filling in my brows. The first time when I do my brows, if you always see my tutorials, my brows are done before I apply my makeup. That's just a frame. There's just a clear frame so I can identify the sections of my lid, brow bone, crease, and lid, and all that kind of stuff, and also know where my brows are. Now, as I do my makeup on my eye, of course I'm going to lose dimension, I'm going to lose definition, and that's okay, because once I'm done with that, I will go back in, because the first time when I do my brows, I do my brows with the pencils, all pencils, the L'Oreal pencil, that's it. When I'm done with the brow, when I'm done with my lid, I'm sorry, I will go back in like you just see right now. I'm going back in with the concealer. And the first time when I do my brows, for my concealer, I use the Select Sheer Cover by MAC. It's very light, very easy to blend with a very nice synthetic brush. I recommend the EB13 by Sedona Lace, okay? The second time, when I'm done with my eye makeup, say I want a little bit more definition, then I can take a concealer that's a bit heavier, the Dermablend or the other round one by MAC or whatever, something that's more of a wax look concealing concealer, and then we do that to make it a little bit sharper, okay? So that's what I'm doing. All right, good. So you see, now that you're done applying the concealer again, I'm going back with my brow highlight. So you see, once again, we're dealing with the lid sections at a time. We start with the full lid, making sure it's fully covered, because especially being dark skinned, you need an even canvas when you're working with your lid. So that's why I would say, once again, it is beneficial for someone knowing how dark your lid area is compared to the rest of your face. It will be very beneficial to you to make sure that you can apply that, paint pot all over the lid, right? Then once we start, we focus on the lid. Make sure we have that color we want on the lid as intensely as we need it to be. Then we start blending, going up, and then once we blend up, we make sure that we kind of soften the blending going up by applying a beautiful crease color. We work on the crease, and once again, we pull, or we blend pulling up. Once we're done blending and pulling up, now we go back and worry about the brow highlight. How we're going to do the brow highlight? Take a little bit of concealer, and that concealer right there is your brow highlight. It's going to behave as an eraser, but it's not just going to erase. It is going to mesh or fuse itself with all the other colors that you have, and that's how you get that beautiful ombre under the eye. And a good way of thinking about that is RuPaul, or sometimes Nene also, when her makeup is done very well, you can see that. You can't see where the brow highlight starts, you can't see where it ends, you can't see where the crease color starts, you can't see where it ends. My sweetheart, that's when you're using concealer as your last step. Okay, so don't jump ahead of yourself. Focus on one task at a time and make sure that you accomplish it properly. Got it? Okay, good. And you see, and now that you have defined your brow bone again with the brow highlight, then you can go, okay, I think I could define my orbit a bit more, which is what I'm doing. So to define your orbit a little bit more, you're going to take a precision brush, you're going to dab it into like a dark brown color. This one is actually darker than brown script. It's more on the plum side, and you go back into that orbit and you keep blending softly and pulling. You blend it in, that means you deposit the color, and then you start pulling on it, okay? And sometimes, like if you look, some people, especially pictures on Instagram, sometimes you'll see it, the cut crease, you'll see it like come down towards the nose, but you'll see like a very fine line coming towards, like in a circle, in a half a circle, like towards the nose. People are not adding extra color. It is whatever is left on the brush that you are pulling down. And once again, looks like that, or that type of precision, you can only achieve it if you have the right brushes for that. You will not, I don't think, as I'm thinking, I don't think there's any major line that has such small brushes besides the art store. And a lot of people who do makeup have brushes from the art store, and that's how they're able to do it, okay? So now I'm going back in again with Fire Glow, putting that on the brush and just kind of tapping it, but I'm placing a little bit more to create a bit more of an intensity, like in the V part of the eye. And then once again, you blend. There's a lot of blending. Every time you apply a new color, you have to blend. That is going to make the difference. Every time you apply a new color, you have to blend, okay? Now we're done with the eye. This one is a brand new marker eyeliner that I bought from L'Oreal. It's really nice. And once again, you can tight line. You can tight line in so many different ways. You can tight line with a pencil like I did before with the lava gloss. You can also tight line with a marker. Now, see, the thing is, you may wonder, like, well, why would you tight line twice? The thing is, if you're working with these big markers, there's like this one like that. There's also another jumbo one by NYX. The big markers are really nice to give you the start of your cat eye, if that's what you're planning on doing, because they're thick. So they just go like, whoop, and you get a really nice line on the lid to start. Okay, it's like the genesis of your cat eye. And the thing is, the thing about the markers, sometimes they're not as intense, so having a pencil underneath will make it more intense, but they're easier to guide if you need a particular shape. Using the jumbo pencil for a cat eye, it's easier to guide. I don't know, not for me, maybe because of my fingers, I don't know, but I find that they're easier to guide. And when you tight line also, try your best to come in the inner part of your eye, because that really is going to give you that feline looking eye, okay? Like really well, like it's like when you tight line and you're able to bring it all the way inside the inner tear duct, what that's going to do for you, it's going to make you look like Bambi. You look like my baby Nina. Or no, seriously, it opens up, it draws the eye into a beautiful almond shape. So that's something I've also noticed, and it makes a big difference also if you plan on using false lashes. Yeah, makes a big difference, okay? So I'm just gonna do this, and then now I'm drawing out the wing. Now, eyeliner is one of my weaknesses. I'm humble and woman enough to admit it. And I don't know, it's like I can always get one eye to look really pretty and the other one is just always sabotage. So I may have to start again. But what I'm doing now, I'm drawing the flick. For the first time, I felt confident enough to draw a really long flick. Some people make their flick really long, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna stop. But it's always fun to try. You make your flick really long, then you connect it, and try your best to have as much precision with it. Eyeliner, you have to practice it, and practice makes it better, will make you better. Okay, so that's what you do, and that's what I'm doing here. This pen is nice. It was $8. I mean, it's not as like amazing as my Stilla Stay All Day. That one's amazing. But you get what you pay for. What can I say? Okay. So, but yeah, it takes a while to do that. As you can see, it's not just a one-shot go and there you go, you have it. Okay, and as you can see, I'm tight lining and I'm bringing it inside the inner tear duct. So look carefully when I open my eye. You see, that's that feline look I'm talking about, or the beautiful almond shape that you get. And the thing about the almond shape, it makes your eyes look so dreamy. It makes you look so, I don't know, yeah, it is, oh, exactly. It's a very romantic eye. I think it's something you may want to practice for the holidays, right? Let me practice for the holidays, okay? And then I'm just doing the other eye also. So as you can see, usually when I edit my videos, a lot of this gets cut out and a lot of the teaching part gets cut out. So hopefully you're enjoying this. I mean, I don't think all of my videos would be this long unless you guys want them to be this long. We'll just see how this one goes, but I really wanted you guys to see this. And another thing I didn't say, when I was doing my eyeliner on the bottom of my lashes, as you can see, I went under the waterline. Leave the waterline completely blank. You just apply the eyeliner around the waterline, but you leave your waterline completely untouched, okay? Makes sense? Look carefully. If you look at my waterline right here, you can see it's just skin, completely bare skin, because that's not where I apply my eyeliner, okay? So feel comfortable enough applying the eyeliner just under the rim of your waterline, okay? Okay. And as you can see, tight lining can take a little bit of a minute, but some of you guys said you wanted to see everything, so I did try my best. This video was actually like 2 hours long. You're only getting 30 minutes of it, so hopefully you're enjoying this. So once again, I did mess up. So, and that happens sometimes. If you mess up, take a really sharp Q-tip, like the ones I have. And I've shown you guys these. They have like two different heads. One is the pointy side, and one is like that round thick head. And just clean it up. And then I'm taking another brush. It looks like a lip brush, but this one I also got at Michael's. And when you're applying these colorful paint pots or gel liners, don't go left to right. Don't do like, okay? You just want to pat the color. You pat the color into small sections. Pat, 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 pat. You see this? I'm just patting the color. I'm not just going straight across. If you go straight across, you're going to smudge it, and you may actually bring in some of the black into the waterline, and that's not what you want. So just carefully tug on your skin, open up your waterline, and just pat, pat, pat. Okay? All right, good. Now we're on to foundation. Before starting, I applied 3 primers or maybe 2 primers. I don't even know, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so my first thing is like, that's how I always start apply my foundation, is I apply the Skin Illuminator by Sleek in the shade Goddess. They don't sell it on the website anymore, but you can definitely get them on eBay. And thank you to the ladies who bought me enough. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, ladies. Now, the trick with the illuminators is to get them to be melted into your skin. So you want to buff that into your skin. And the best way to do it is by using a flat top silky brush, okay? Now, for my foundation, I came up with this mixture of the Marc Jacobs, the Genius Gel, which was actually too light for me, and mixing it with the Revlon Color Stay. I think the color is cappuccino for me. Whatever color it will be for you, you have to figure that out. But you mix it and you get this really, really nice finish. So what I'll be doing with this mixture, I guess, is applying it with the Beauty Blender, and it's really fun. And I like the Beauty Blender. I think it's worth the money. It does bounce. Now, to apply, before applying it with any product with your Beauty Blender, you have to make sure that it is somewhat moist, okay? It works a whole lot better when it's moist. And just take the butt of it, apply it. Now, if you didn't participate in the live chat, you probably know this, so I'm going to tell you. In front of me, there is a painter's tray where you can actually mix colors, a white tray that you can get from the painting store like Michael's. So I have it mixed there. So what you want to do, just want to dab the foundation into the mixture that you have and just pat it into your skin, okay? Just pat it in there into your skin. And what I liked about the Beauty Blender, I do have to say that being older, the combination skin, it's nice to press product into your skin. Makes a big difference, okay? And so when you are applying the makeup under your foundation, under your eye area, because you will have to go there, flip the Beauty Blender, take out the pointy side of the Beauty Blender, but this time you actually want to make sure that you kind of squeeze on the Beauty Blender so you can have a little bit more control and more precision, especially when you're getting this close to your eyeliner and you're coming into the inner corner of the eye over here. So it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I personally like it. I would definitely recommend that you do get one, okay? And once again, it's like, even if you have too much product on your tray, the Beauty Blender just allows you to just use all the products in a very nice way, and then go down towards your, come to the bottom of your neck and things like that to make sure that you are fully covered, okay? Good. And if you see any dark spots, apply more foundation. It never hurts. No, it never hurts to apply enough foundation. Now, something I had said during the chat also was that I personally, in terms of good skin, if you want to have good skin and preserve your skin, if you're someone who wears foundation all the time, I would honestly recommend that you apply your good foundation every day, okay? And then save the drugstore foundation for that going out or whatever. And the reason I say this is because your good foundation has better ingredients than your bad foundation, all right? So just think about what I'm saying and the fact that if you use better products for a longer time, you're going to have better skin. If you use bad products for a longer time, you are going to damage your skin. Okay, and we have to get into this mindset of your skin is an organ. What you wouldn't do to your heart, don't do it to your skin, especially not the face, the skin on your face. It is so freaking sensitive. What may not cause an allergic reaction to the skin on your arm can cause a reaction to the skin on your face. That makes sense? Okay, so please think about it and try to have better habits when it comes to foundation in your skin, okay? Good. So then what I did was take the concealer by Kat Von D. I love that concealer. I have so many new concealers I have to show you guys. But the thing about the Kat Von D concealer, it is a paste full coverage concealer, sorry. The Derma Blend is more of a hard one. This one is more of a paste, and you can always apply as much as needed. Okay, you apply it to the corners of your lips, under your lips, the bottom of your lip, on your chin, all over. You just kind of frame your face like I did before in my contour video, okay? And then for my nose, a new foundation I found is the Skin Based Lift by Ilamasqua. I really like using that on my nose. And if you have oily skin, let's say your nose is not going to move, okay? What I do like about this concealer is that it melts very, very easily, but at the same time, it stays on for such a long time. So you just always want to apply. When you're doing the bridge of your nose, I personally recommend always using your finger, because the heat in your finger is going to melt the concealer, and it's actually going to be easier for you to move it around and form the bark of the tree. Okay, so hopefully you've seen the video for that. And then take the beauty blender and kind of soften that concealer. Melt the concealer some more, blend it into your skin, and you really want to soften the edges of this bark that you've just drawn, okay? And make sure to also come down to the tip of your nose as well. And then to contour my nose, I'm still using the Matte Velvet Plus Foundation by Makeup Forever. And I do have a tray. Now the thing is, you want to apply it on the tray, and you want to make sure that as you're swashing the brush in the foundation, you want it to be dry. We're going to turn that, you just use a little bit of it so that you can make the brush, like you can turn this foundation into some type of a powder. All right, good. And then once you're done doing that, take your beauty blender and kind of soften the edges, okay? Then I'm taking the Derma Blend. This is my loose setting powder by Derma Blend. This color is Cool Beige. The Derma Blend, when I bought it and when you're going to buy it now, the numbers have changed. Macy's has Derma Blend counters in their stores, so go and get swatched, because I don't know, but you definitely want to buy 2 shades of one that's your shade and a shade that's a bit lighter, but maybe not, because you have to go and see, because the color changed. And my client came up with her Derma Blend. They're very pretty and the colors were a bit different, so please go and get checked. But the Cool Beige is still the same color. There's also the one by Laura Mercier, it's a setting powder, which is really beautiful also. So buy these and just use them. So now what I'm doing now is I'm contouring my face. Now another thing I was saying during the chat also that I see a lot of people do, and it's completely wrong. When you're contouring your cheekbones, ladies, it is just about definition. Do not turn your face into Chucky's Bride, okay? Don't take the contour from your temples and like kind of bring it all the way to the corners of your lips. I see people do that in it. I know what you're seeing, but that is not how it is achieved. Your eyes lie to you sometimes. People are doing, when you are contouring, you start here from your, like where you see the, like your jaw kind of opening, start there, go halfway, stop there. Then you blend it. It is by blending that you'll get this illusion that you see in the magazine where it seems like her jaws are contoured all the way down to the corners of her cheeks. And then you have to be careful, because you'll have models like Frankie. Frankie's face is, she has a really strong face to her. You contour her just a little bit, it looks like she was over contoured. Linda Evangelista, she also has that strong face. So you have to be careful, okay? Good. And you just drag it, and when you drag it, you want to blend going up. When you do your concealer the first time, you contour with the concealer, do like half a line, that's enough. Then you blend. When you blend going up, and that's going to give dimension. That is going to thinner, like make your face appear thinner. And then if you want, as you're buffing, you can slowly drag it, but don't drag it from your temples all the way down to the corner of your lips. That's ridiculous. And some people do that and they call themselves makeup artists. You're ridiculous. Like, you, oh goodness, I can't. Okay, like, I'm so serious. All right, and then after that, what I'm doing is I'm going to stain my cheeks, and I'm staining my cheeks with this fresh blush. It's a cream blush by Ilamasqua. It's a gift from Miss Tomato. Hey, Miss Tomato. So you're just going to stain your cheeks with it. I apply it with the beauty blender, and then after that, I'm going to deposit my powder all over. I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo powder, and at first you're like, Marlene, like, why are you staining your cheeks when you're applying powder? Because it gives you a beautiful effect. You see that? Once again, like, it just intensifies the contour and the framing of my face, because there's color there. You don't really know there's color there, but my face seems a bit more narrow, but there's still a tint that permeates through the freaking powder, and that's just freaking gorgeous. And then to highlight, I highlight under my brow bone, because when you put all these powders, all these concealers, and then the loose setting powder, you have such a matte looking area under your eye. You kind of look anemic, so you want to bring a little bit of light. You want to bring back some vivacity underneath your eye. And I will say to you ladies, that I'm banging on my table, you want to get yourself a makeup stick, a glow stick from NARS. This one is Palm Beach. You want it, apply it, you'll love it. And then after that, I'm taking my new bronzer, which is the Tantalizer by Lorac. I thought Lorac was only for white people. Girl, please, I was lying. You take that and you apply it on the cups, like right here, where you see that bone of your cheeks. You start applying it here, and it will define that bone even more. That is going to give you beautiful skin, dewy skin. And then for my blush, my favorite blush right now is the Toasted Almond by Black Radiance. You get it at CVS. It's really cheap. You will love it. You start applying it underneath the Lorac. Where you apply the Lorac, start there, but then keep blending it, and you'll see a nice gradient of color, and it just makes your skin look super, super healthy. And that's a very radiant and beautiful glow for nighttime and daytime. And this blush also really has a beautiful flesh tone color, which is superb on darker skin. Then I'm gonna contour again. The second time when I contour, I'm using my Sleek palette in the shade medium. I'm NW45. If you're my complexion or lighter than me, please don't buy the dark. That's too dark. It's just too dark. You don't need that, okay? Go for medium or go lighter with the Sleek palette. I think the Sleek palette is the best one when it comes to, it's very matte, and it's very affordable. Then I'm taking the highlight that comes with it and applying on the bridge of my nose, kind of warming it in and blending it in, and kind of decreasing the intensity of it on the bridge of my nose. You don't want your nose to be super shiny, especially if you're oily, the combination skin, you see? So you always want to have that softened, a very soft contour and highlight. Makes sense? Then I think I've applied my lashes, and I'm applying my mascara. One thing also with lashes, when you're applying your lashes, I stacked my lashes. I'm wearing 2 lashes here. If you want your eyes to look dreamy, just take your pinkies and just apply a little bit of weight the edges of your lashes, and they're just kind of curved like an S, and that's gonna make your look, the way you're looking through somebody's eyes, gonna make your eyes look a little bit more dreamy. I got that tip from the Kevin Aucoin book, and it does work. He wasn't lying. May he rest in peace. Okay. Gone but never forgotten, Kevin. We do love you. And then you just apply your mascara. And now I'm just going back and just redefining my mole. I do love my mole. And then I'm taking this red pencil. This pencil from Makeup Forever is the red one. You can use whatever you have. It really doesn't matter. And also, if you're dark skinned and you're going to be applying dark skin full lips, sweetheart, if you're going to apply these colors, make sure you have a pencil underneath sometimes, and especially with the red, the bright reds and the bright oranges. It's not because, oh, my lips are so big. It's to really avoid them from bleeding, okay? So having a liner underneath that matte substance creates enough friction with the lip color to prevent it from bleeding and going everywhere. Now, another trick also I would say when it comes to full lips and bright colors, I didn't think so in the beginning, but now I have to say this, you have to use a lip brush. You have to use it. Lip brush will give you control. Lip brush will keep the colors within the boundaries of your lips, and also a lip brush is going to give you amazing definition. You have big lips, you want bright lips and all these beautiful colors, be my guest. But sweetheart, we need some definition. We do. We need some definition within this resolution. Amen. Okay, then you take another lip brush, this again, Michael, pat it into your powder, okay, and just outline your lips with it. As a dark skinned woman, I will say this, I think the concealer trick is a bit too harsh for us. It just looks like your lips will burn. It's just weird. It's like your lips are peeling. It's strange. Take your powder and just contour with it. First, you want to clean around the perimeters of your lips, and then you just want to apply the powder again as a contour using a lip brush, okay? And then lastly, go back in and do your brows. I'm using Coconut Grove by NARS, which is very, very beautiful. And yeah, so ladies, yeah, there's a lot. So I hope this wasn't overwhelming. You may have to watch this video again. So my apologies. I wasn't trying to make this long, but I really wanted you to understand what I'm doing. So I will have a few more of these. Let me know in the comment section how you like this, how was the length, and how did you find my explanations. And then I will make adjustments and do better for next time. Alright, so Lena, this is for you, my boo-boo. You got a full experience, I think. Alright, so I'll see you guys later. Please take care of yourself. Bye-bye. I'm out.